Now on Good Morning Northwest, routine work at a North Spokane auto shop ends with multiple businesses damaged. The chain reaction that stunned firefighters.
And another round of strong gusty winds are on the way. We're tracking that and the potential for flooding later this week.
And the Federal Reserve makes a crucial decision this morning that touches millions of Americans. What happens in just hours could change your monthly payments. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Wednesday, December 10th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray, kicking off our morning.
Speaking of kicking, the winds are starting to kick up again around the Spokane area, now sustained at almost 20 miles an hour. The winds have already been going pretty good here during the 5 a.m. hour around the Palouse and then down into the Blue Mountains here as we have another round of gusty winds moving primarily through eastern Washington today. Those winds really have an effect on the temperatures where it's windy in the Tri-Cities and in Pullman. We are up into the 50s. St. Mary's up into the 50s here as well. Meanwhile, it's 30s and 40s where things have been a little bit calmer so far this morning. Still 50s here at 6 a.m. is quite unusual at any time of the year almost, with the exception of just those couple of summer months. Wind advisory with these winds here and a high wind warning for parts of Garfield and Stoughton counties at the foot of the Blue Mountains, so places like Pomeroy and Stoughton. We are going to see the potential for gusts coming off of the mountains at about 60 miles an hour, so that's some nasty stuff. Overall, across the eastern part of Washington state and the southeast quarter of the state, we are going to see some kind of both hands on the wheel type of driving conditions as we see those winds continue to be gusting, similar to what we saw with those winds the other day, 45 to 55 miles an hour. Definitely could see a couple of areas of tree damage as well. All that wind is blowing more moisture into the mountains of North Idaho. We'll talk about flooding coming up.
Welding sparks at a North Spokane auto shop started a fire that damaged multiple other businesses. The fire started yesterday at a shop on North Napa, igniting a car and spreading into a shared attic. The auto shop was destroyed. Another business owner we spoke to says his place had some water damage from firefighters putting out the fire, but he's grateful they were able to get there in minutes before his business was destroyed as well. Firefighters say the fire spread quickly.
Call came in, they said it was a car on fire in one of the bays, and then by the time we even got responding, they said it was into the building already. So we got here about 5 minutes afterwards, and heavy fire and smoke.
4 of the 8 businesses in that building had significant smoke and water damage and will be displaced indefinitely. The other 4 businesses had light smoke damage and won't need to relocate. Fire investigators believe this fire was an accident.
From the Breaking Now desk, the Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates again, which is the 3rd time this year. Right now, Fed officials are divided on what should come first, keeping people employed or bringing inflation back down. Job growth has been pretty weak this year, and some officials say it could get even worse if rates keep dropping. Others argue the big problem is inflation, especially with President Trump's tariffs driving up costs. A rate cut could mean smaller payments for things like credit cards and car loans. And that's good news for families who are still feeling the pinch from the government shutdown. This meeting will also mark Jerome Powell's final round as chair before the White House taps a new leader. President Trump says he's already have someone on mind and plans to announce that early next year. So if the Fed does cut rates again, you could see some relief on loans. But the big question is how this will impact jobs and inflation moving into the new year. We'll learn the Fed's decision at 11 this morning. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, this morning, President Trump tries to reassure Americans that the U.S. economy is healthy and his economic policies are working.
But new polling suggests Americans aren't feeling reassured. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in D.C. with the story.
This morning, President Trump confronting the #1 concern for voters, the rising cost of living. At a campaign-style rally in Pennsylvania, the president focusing on the economy, quick to blame the Biden administration for high prices, even though he's now been in office for almost a year.
And I have no higher priority than making America affordable again. That's what we're going to do. And again, they caused the high prices, and we're bringing them down. It's a simple message.
The president acknowledging he won the election in large part because he promised to bring prices down on day one. But he now calls the issue of affordability a, quote, Democrat hoax.
They say, oh, he doesn't realize prices are high. Prices are coming down very substantially. But they have a new word. You know, they always have a hoax. The new word is affordability.
The latest Reuters Ipsos poll shows 56% of voters disapprove of how the president is handling the cost of living, with just 31% approving. The price of groceries is up from a year ago, including products impacted by Trump's tariffs. Coffee is up 41%, sirloin steak 20%, frozen orange juice 12%, and bananas now cost nearly 9% more.
His policies haven't helped. Tariffs and all kinds of trade distortions have caused prices to go up.
The lieutenant governor of Pennsylvania says Trump can't deny reality.
Both Democrats and Republicans have agreed that the Trump economic policies have been failing Pennsylvanians and been failing Americans.
In addition to high consumer prices, government data shows that job growth has slowed during Trump's second term, and unemployment has risen to its highest level in 4 years. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office wants to buy a new program to help them crack down on dangerous drone use, something the agency says it needs ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The major sporting event's expected to bring thousands of soccer fans from all over the world to Washington, and Spokane has been named a World Cup fan zone. In response, the Department of Homeland Security has unveiled a grant program to help host cities detect and stop unauthorized drones that pose threats to the community.
Being able to have something to allow us to respond to any kind of ill intent with them is critical for keeping our community safe.
Under Sheriff Dave Ellis says this technology is critical to keeping our community safe, as drones have created growing concerns for law enforcement. The Sheriff's Office hopes to secure at least $3 million from the federal grants. If approved, the office will own the equipment and use it beyond the World Cup.
Members of the Moses Lake Education Association voted to ratify their new contract with the school district with 99.9% approval. This vote comes after teachers returned to their classrooms Monday, ending a week-long strike. Despite general satisfaction with the contract, teachers expressed disappointment that they were unable to resolve one issue: restoring the elementary school day to its previous schedule. The Moses Lake School Board will then now review and vote on this new contract during their December 18th meeting. Of course, we'll let you know what they have to say. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:07.
All right, checking in again with meteorologist Matt Gray. We're talking about warmth, wetness, and wind.
And the wind's starting to kick up here. Now seeing 50-mile-an-hour gusts in Pullman. So it's going to be a windy day around the Palouse, gusting now to 30 out on the West Plains here in Spokane County. And yeah, a lot more active weather to come. We'll break it all down after this.
And today's Nobel Peace Prize ceremony has an empty chair. Coming up, why the winner fears for her life and can't attend her own honor.
And a deadly shooting rocks at Kentucky University. Right after the break, what we know about the campus tragedy and the alarming number that shows how common these types of shootings are.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
When you've been injured in a car accident, the insurance company can make you feel small.
Right when you need help the most.
That's when you call Russell & Hill.
You are important to us.
We'll work to get you the results you deserve,
so you can get back to being you.
This holiday season, we'd like to give thanks to all of our friends, co-workers, and customers as we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. We encourage all of you to attend a church service, spend time with loved ones, and have a happy holiday season.
Merry Christmas!
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some fun and friendly holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays, and you could win a $100 gift card to a local pet store courtesy of BECU. Details at KXLY.com/holidaypets.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients and sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
NIU has been serving our community for over 50 years. It's a broad mix of cancer care. We see all kinds of urologic cancers and take care of those patients here.
The partnership we have allows us to deliver all the different options all in one place. With a new diagnosis of prostate cancer, you'll have all the options available, everything from the latest surgical options to the latest radiation options, and so we're happy to help with that.
Most patients are referred by their primary care doctors. Patients can certainly always pick up the phone and give us a call as well.
When you've been injured in a car accident, the insurance company can make you feel small.
Right when you need help the most.
That's when you call Russell & Hill.
You are important to us.
We'll work to get you the results you deserve.
So you can get back to being you.
It is 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. An attack killed one student, critically injured another at Kentucky State University.
Police say a 48-year-old Indiana man who was not a student was arrested moments after opening fire. The attack at the historically black university is the 73rd shooting on school grounds this year, most of those taking place on college campuses. A CNN analysis shows more than 100 people injured and 29 killed in those attacks.
The Nobel Committee will hand out its Peace Prize today, but this year's winner will not attend the awards ceremony in Norway. Under persecution from Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, a government opposition leader and Nobel Peace Prize laureate Maria Machado has been living in hiding since last year. Her current whereabouts are not known. The Nobel Committee says Machado received the accolade for tirelessly promoting democratic rights in Venezuela. Her daughter will accept on her behalf.
And now it's time to plan out your day. We are turning gusty, especially in southeastern Washington, and those gusty winds will continue throughout the day. We'll also continue as we head into the afternoon to see areas of rain in North Idaho, especially in the northern parts of the Panhandle for the second half of the day, mainly north of I-90. Then more wind and more North Idaho mountain rain tonight.
Well, it's a battle of wits in championship proportion coming to Spokane at the Convention Center tomorrow. The country's top chess-playing students from kindergarten to 12th grade will compete for national titles during the United States Chess Federation K-12 Championship. This runs through Sunday with events beginning each morning and lasting into the night. Champions will be crowned Sunday, and Visit Spokane estimates that the competition and the 1,200 visitors will bring more than $2 million to Spokane's economy. That's an event you don't hear of every day. It's super cool, too.
Very exciting. It is now 6:13.
The FBI calls it a new form of modern terrorism targeting your children. How the 764 group turns teenagers into victims and weapons, and how it's forcing Congress to finally act.
And while we are feeling a little waterlogged with recent rains, Western Washington's dealing with major flooding. Just ahead, we'll show you two rivers surging to dangerous levels.
First, a break and a live look this morning at the South Perry District. Happy Wednesday. We hope it's a great one for you. We'll see you right after the break.
Spokane's 2011 MLK Day Parade nearly shattered by hate.
Someone just wanted to hurt people.
I'm Melissa Luck. Revisit the case of MLK bomber Kevin Harpum on the 509's Most Notorious Crimes, streaming tonight at 7, only on KXLY+.
Set the scene for the season. Bring home comfort and style that feels like you. Create spaces you love coming home to. Many pieces in stock and ready for delivery. The Tin Roof. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
I know that your life is unmanageable right now. I also realize that you feel like there's no way out and that you're letting down your family and your friends and your loved ones. But it doesn't have to be like that. There is an organization out there that can help you, but you have to be humble and you have to ask for help, and this organization will help lift you up. I promise you, you have value. Just be brave enough to take that first step.
For over 25 years, Dr. Arvind Chaudhry and Summit Cancer Centers has remained true to 3 core values. 25 years of coming together to develop the most complete and personalized treatment plans available. 25 years of providing the most advanced treatments and non-invasive radiosurgery in the country. 25 years of taking you on a healing journey from diagnosis to recovery.
And we are not stopping there.
we will continue to offer the most comprehensive cancer treatment in the Northwest.
Summit Cancer Centers. Integrated, innovative, inspired.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods dissolve completely and have Dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
I wanted some place that would take care of my current and future needs. I can't imagine living anywhere else.
There's concerns you have with the home. Those concerns are gone. We have a cottage. They do almost everything.
I have a problem and boom, there's somebody at the front door. Everything we need, plus in our cottages.
When I decided it was time for me to leave a big house that I was rambling in around by myself, it was just kind of a no-brainer.
When it comes to taking care of your car, trust the family-owned service department that puts you first. At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we don't just fix cars, we keep your family safe on the road. With no hidden fees or surprise charges, you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. And with us, you only pay a 6% tax on parts, never on labor. Come to Coeur d'Alene Honda, where quality service meets honest pricing every time. Call us to schedule an appointment today.
Set the scene for the season. Bring home comfort and style that feels like you. Create spaces you love coming home to. Many pieces in stock and ready for delivery. The Tin Roof. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
4 News Now is brought to you by Satay Bistro.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:16. More parents are coming forward to describe how their teenagers have fallen victim to an online terror network known as 764.
The group targets children for violence, and now lawmakers are proposing a way to crack down. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has details.
It's the group the FBI describes as a new form of modern-day terrorism, and it's targeting children.
They're motivated purely by chaos, weaponizing our nation's children to be able to create terror.
The group is called 764. The FBI says its goal is to cause chaos through, among other methods, sextortion. The group's anonymous members find vulnerable teens online and elicit private information and sexual images from them. They then use that material to coerce victims into harming themselves or others while streaming live on social media.
The videos, the chats that we are seeing and reading are the most graphic that I have ever seen in my 20-year history.
More than 2,000 reports of abuse were tied to 764 or similar networks in the first 9 months of this year, double the number last year.
I would give anything to have my son back.
On Capitol Hill yesterday, Tamia Woods told senators her 17-year-old son took his life after being targeted by a group like 764.
I just don't understand how hard that is to protect our children.
Experts say the law has not caught up to these cyber criminals.
There are no federal statutes that adequately criminalize the coercive conduct of 764 and similar groups.
Senators have now introduced a proposal to criminalize the intentional coercing of minors to harm themselves or others.
Do you all agree that we've, as a nation, miserably failed our children? That we have hearings and we talk and we've done very little to protect them as of this date?
Yes. Yes.
That's a damning indictment of all of us.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Wow, look at this. Due to heavy rain on the west side of the state, the Snoqualmie River is at a major flood stage. Wow. You can see Snoqualmie Falls raging there.
And the Puyallup River also hit a major flood stage yesterday morning. The National Water Prediction Service says the river is likely to hit major flooding levels several times over the next few days. I mean, some of the video that I've seen on the west side of the state is just wild.
Incredible.
And I know we were looking at the river a little earlier this week, seeing how it was really raging over on this side, but
I'm up for sure.
Thankful it's nowhere near that level.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's not like we're immune from flooding either. A lot of the rivers, like the Wenatchee River, are going to experience some flooding here. We're seeing some flooding in the Yakima River if you head up towards Snoqualmie Pass. If you're traveling in that direction this morning. And we have to talk about the rivers in North Idaho as well. So we will do that. But let's begin with, of course, the cause of all this was that unrelenting heavy rain, especially in our more mountainous areas. This is a view over the last 6 hours. So since about midnight and slowly but surely in the central panhandle, we have seen things kind of ease up, and a lot of this wet weather is now retreating to the north. So especially north of Sandpoint, we are continuing to see that rain come down. And that's going to be the general trend as we head through the rest of the day. Rain chances still going to be pretty decent around the Montana state line and the Lookout Pass area as well. And we'll continue to see those rain chances stay pretty high in the northern panhandle north of Interstate 90. As we head into tonight, we're going to see some of that moisture track back south again. Notice the rain chances, the darker green colors don't really show up all that much in eastern Washington. Getting a little bit rain shadowed out across much of the eastern Washington region. Now, this map, what you're showing, this is from our friends at the National Weather Service. Everywhere in the red is where the mountains have lost snowpack over the course of this week so far. And so we're talking about most areas seeing rain on top of snow and these very warm temperatures. So all of that snow melt, in addition to all of that rain, it's got to go somewhere. And that's why we have flood watches up. Those go until at least Thursday. Also have an additional risk for rock slides and mudslides. Definitely going to watch for that around the Lookout Pass area. But we're going to see approaching a minor flood stage in places like Calder and St. Mary's and the St. Joe River, and then the Cataldo area as well along the Coeur d'Alene River. So we're going to have pretty swollen rivers here in this area in Shoshone, Kootenai, and Benoit counties as we continue to see all this water kind of get absorbed by our river system and flow out into Lake Coeur d'Alene. Very warm temperatures today, not records, but darn close. I mean, we're talking about 20 degrees-ish above normal, 60 in Moses Lake, 65 in Lewiston. Part of the reason we're going to be so warm is these strong winds across southeastern Washington, gusts into the 50s. So very similar to what we saw just a couple of nights ago with strong winds that are coming in. So it's going to be noticeably windy, especially from Spokane south into the Pullman area and then east, or rather west, out towards Ritzville. I always do that. I always do that. We get improvements this weekend. It'll be nice for us to dry out. And so our rivers, I think, are going to end up cresting kind of Thursday through Saturday. And then hopefully getting a calm down from that. Some rain coming next week, but not nearly as much as what we have seen so far this week.
Good deal.
All right, Matt, thanks. Good morning, Northwest time right now, 6:22.
It is finals week for Gonzaga students, but for the winter sport athletes, it's also mid-season. After the break, we check in with Zags guard and native Spaniard Mario St. Sperry on how he is handling the balancing act between student and athlete. That's just ahead in morning sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Look, we're great with teeth. We're toothbrushes.
But we're not the best with tongues, cheeks, and everything in between.
We need backup. The clinically proven essential oils in Listerine clean every surface of your mouth.
For whole mouth health, Listerine. Wash your mouth.
Escape to Missisquoi Casino Hotel, just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Enjoy the region's only non-smoking casino, featuring exciting ways to win, delicious food options, and a beautiful hotel to book your next getaway. Relax, rejuvenate, and discover more fun with our hotel amenities, including a sparkling pool, modern fitness center, and a convenient ski locker room designed for guests heading to the slopes. Plan your perfect staycation and book today at Missisquoi.com.
For memories you can't make online. Experience the magic of the holidays at River Park Square.
Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Give the gift that roars. Coming to Spokane's first Interstate Center this January.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point.
it's also an escape route. That is why our highly trained technicians handle every job with unmatched professionalism. From broken springs to noisy rollers, we'll get your door running smoothly, securely, and fast. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
It's time to celebrate the season of giving with friends and family pricing at Walker's Furniture. Save big store-wide, plus get 5 years special financing with no money down.
Merry Christmas!
This holiday season, unwrap excitement at Triple Play, North Idaho's destination for indoor family fun, with something for every age. The magic never stops.
Come out and play today, Triple Play.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. Now, finals week is tough for everyone, especially for a newcomer to the American college system, Mario St-Superi, his first season in the United States after growing up overseas in Spain. Now, Mario has had no trouble on the court as he owns the Zags' best three-point percentage and the most steals and assists. This helped lead the Zags to a 9-1 record, including back-to-back impressive wins over Kentucky and North Florida, following GU's humbling loss to Michigan. Now, off the court, Mario says he shouldn't have any issue adjusting.
Well, in Spain, we have to study a little bit more than here. Then I'm adapting good.
Just called us dumb over here.
A little bit of joshing around with the new guys, and he and the rest of the Zags prep both for finals, all before a huge matchup against UCLA in Seattle. That's this Saturday. Washington State freshman Ace Glass has been an absolute force for the Cougs this season as their leading scorer. He dropped 40 points against Arizona State at the Maui Invitational, which broke the WSU freshman single-game scoring record. That performance earned him WCC Freshman of the Week, and he spoke about what that meant to him.
It's a lot. It showed that I'm one of the best players in the country to just keep working. Like, the work is working, obviously, so just keep doing the same thing I've been doing.
Armia Green sat down with him and will introduce you to the talented freshman. All that's coming up tonight at 6. Thanks for watching Morning Sports. Make sure to tune into 4 News Now tonight at 6 and Nightside.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the manhunt intensifies for Ryan Wedding, the Olympic snowboarder turned alleged drug kingpin. This photo is believed to be taken sometime last summer in Mexico, where Wedding is suspected to be in hiding under the protection of the infamous Sinaloa cartel.
Ryan Wedding is a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar.
He's wanted for allegedly running a criminal network that smuggles $1 billion in cocaine into Southern California yearly. The $15 million reward for information leading to his arrest is the highest offered by the FBI.
His organization is responsible for importing approximately 60 metric tons of cocaine.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the FBI manhunt for Olympian Ryan Wedding. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Asthma was making me miss out on things I love, like spending time with my kids. My treatment plan was not doing enough for me. I was concerned about future attacks. So I asked my doctor if we could do more. He ran some tests and recommended adding Fasenra.
Fasenra is an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma.
Now I'm breathing better. I haven't had an asthma attack in a year, and I'm back to the things I've missed. Like cheering for my boys. Let's go! Running my shop and spending time with friends.
Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems. Serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, may occur. Get help right away for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Don't stop asthma treatments, including oral steroids, without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens or you have a parasitic infection. Headache and sore throat may occur.
Haven't you missed enough? Be your own best advocate. Ask your doctor about Fasenra.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
This holiday season, we'd like to give thanks to all of our friends, co-workers, and customers as we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. We encourage all of you to attend a church service, spend time with loved ones, and have a happy holiday season.
Merry Christmas!
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients, and sold exclusively at Yolk's Fresh Markets.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
And then she was fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere. Good. Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The sheets are wet again, the smell is so stuck. And why do all that shores make me say yeah?
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash.
Rinse it out.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, December 10th. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at that first alert forecast. Another windy morning.
Yeah, let's run it back. Why not? We got another windy day ahead of us in the inland Northwest and another wind advisory up for eastern Washington, the Moscow area, and around parts of Lake Coeur d'Alene as well. Wind gusts very similar to what we saw the other day, 45 to 55 miles an hour throughout the day for most of us. We also have a high wind warning up for the Pomeroy area and then down to the Asotin area where we could see gusts coming off of the mountains as into that 60-mile-an-hour range. So some nasty stuff there. It is both hands on the wheel for driving as we go throughout the day on our area highways, especially as you go to Highway 12 moving through Asotin and Garfield counties. The winds have already kicked up around the Blue Mountains and in the Pullman area where we've seen gusts as high as 50 miles an hour already. It's been a little bit slower to get going around Spokane and around places like Ritzville this morning, but we're getting there, and we're going to get there later on today with these strong gusty winds. So that'll be the biggest thing you notice around eastern Washington. You also notice the temperatures. The winds have pushed our temperatures up to 56 in Pullman. We've got warm weather, and we have more rain in the Idaho Panhandle that we've got to talk about because of flooding risk coming up.
From the Breaking Now desk, Spokane council members voted to approve the city's legislative agenda for next year. And it covers everything from public safety to child care. The city is wasting no time laying out what it wants from the state, starting with money to finish expanding the Northeast Regional Law Enforcement Academy. City leaders say remodeling the academy will keep officers training local and help cut down pricey trips to out of town. Mental health is also getting a big spotlight. Spokane is pushing for more treatment options, more support for first responders, and more resources to keep people stable and connected to services. The city is also looking for more cash for emergency shelters and childcare. Leaders want more affordable options, especially for parents working late nights and early mornings. In a statement, in part, Councilmember Zach Sapone said, "We hear from our community that they want fairer taxation, investments in our infrastructure and housing, and efforts to make Spokane an affordable place to live." City leaders say if these priorities get funded, they have a major impact, especially for marginalized communities. We'll keep tracking how these proposals move forward. For now, this new agenda sets the tone for what Spokane will fight for in 2026. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
750 accidental home fires happen every year due to pets. The National Fire Protection Association says animals typically trigger fires by getting into things like cooking equipment, fireplaces, and candles. To keep your home and your pets safe, the State Fire Marshal's Office recommends the following safety measures. Keep pets away from cooking areas. Use flameless candles and secure any electrical cords that dogs or cats may chew.
Idaho State Police have a new weapon in the fight against fentanyl. Its canine units can now detect the deadly drug, often considered odorless to humans. Corporal William Adams and his black lab Sterling are among the teams trained to find methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, and now fentanyl. They started training after Adams experienced a needle stick injury while working as a trooper in Lewiston. The enhanced training helps protect officers who search vehicles without knowing what dangerous substances might be inside.
It's scary, but we don't do this job because we're scared, right?
We do this job because, we want to serve and protect the community, especially the people in the state of Idaho.
Corporal Adams says the biggest benefit of the fentanyl detection training is a deterrent. When the suspects learn that the dogs can find fentanyl, they often become more cooperative during traffic stops. The goal is to keep that deadly drug out of Idaho communities.
New one, Good Morning Northwest. A Federal Way man died in a rollover crash near Ritzville yesterday. Washington State Patrol says the car driven by Medardo Ruiz Perez was headed west on I-90 just before 6 o'clock when it left the road to the left and hit a delineator post. The driver overcorrected and went into the median where the car rolled. The passenger, 51-year-old Guillermo Martinez Mireles, was killed. Well, the driver was hospitalized. WSP says the crash was caused by fatigue. No charges are filed. 15 years ago next month, an event nearly changed Spokane forever. A man placed a bomb right in the path of the Martin Luther King Jr. Unity Parade. Police found it just in time. That day led to weeks of chaos as police tried to find the bomber before he could try again.
And in the weeks that followed, we learned just how deadly that bomb could have been. In the latest episode of our true crime series, 509's Most Notorious Crimes, we look back at that day and the uncertainty that followed. From false alarms to hypervigilance, the bomb put Spokane on edge and thrust the community into the national spotlight. It reopened wounds about hate in the inland Northwest. And when police finally found who did it, they found hate was the primary motivation. Watch tonight as we look back at 2011, from the day that the bomb was placed in January to justice in December, and follow the unusual clues as investigators closed in on their man. You can watch that tonight, free and without any commercial interruption. Just download KXLY Plus and watch the newest episode of the 509's Most Notorious Crimes tonight at 7 o'clock. Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:36.
All right, back over to meteorologist Matt Gray. What's happening here?
Oh my goodness.
Well, from the beaches of Honolulu, Hawaii to here in the inland Northwest, the moisture that's over us right now has traveled a long way, and it is a lot of rain and warm air and gusty winds. We are, definitely feel a lot more tropical than we usually do this time of the year. I'll tell you that right now. What you can expect as all this rain continues to fall in our local rivers coming up.
And still to come on Good Morning Northwest, thrift shopping takes off this holiday season as families stretch their budgets. Spokane store owners reveal what's topping Christmas lists, the surprising items people are buying secondhand after the break.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
I have something for you.
I have something for you, too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $8,200 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Kyle with Bill's Heating, here to take a look at your furnace.
I thought you guys were teamed up with Gonzaga. Where's the basketball player?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We do have Davis Fogel on standby.
Standby?
Oh, yeah. Whenever one of us needs him, we just shout his name.
What?
Watch.
Whoa, it's like magic.
Actually, he just made me wait around the corner.
Exactly. It's magic.
Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away.
They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Spokane's 2011 MLK Day Parade nearly shattered by hate.
Someone just wanted to hurt people.
I'm Melissa Luck. Revisit the case of MLK bomber Kevin Harpum on the 509's Most Notorious Crimes, streaming tonight at 7, only on KXLY+.
Welcome back. It's now 6:39. Shoppers are finding ways to save this holiday season.
And for some, that means shopping secondhand. According to online thrift store ThredUp, people plan to spend 40% of their holiday budget on secondhand items this year. 62% of shoppers say they're choosing resale to save some money. Thrift stores across Spokane say that they've seen an increase in their customers.
I think people are hurting out there, and they need some place to come that is not going to be super high prices, and thrift stores do that for them.
Thrift stores, local thrift stores rather, report items like holiday decorations, toys, and winter gear topping many Christmas lists. One store says business is so strong right now that some items leave the store as soon as they arrive. Both customers and store owners attribute that trend to rising costs and the desire to stretch holiday budgets a little further.
So how can you use thrifting and buying secondhand to find that perfect gift? Consumer Reports has some tips and says there are lots of reasons your loved ones will appreciate your thriftiness.
I think in the past, there was definitely a stigma around gifting a used or thrifted item, but I think people's feelings towards that have changed a lot in the last couple of years. Thrifting can help you find something really special and meaningful for the people on your list. Plus, it's great for the planet.
But what should you look for when shopping secondhand, and what should you skip? Find out what experts say tomorrow right here on Good Morning Northwest.
And now it's time to plan your day. Might not be windy right now where you live, but that is going to change as our winds turn quite gusty, especially around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene later on this morning. Then as we go into the afternoon, more rain falling across many areas in North Idaho, especially north of I-90. We'll continue to see that windy weather and more wind and more rain and more warm temperatures tonight.
Well, teachers aren't the only ones annoyed by the 6-7 craze right now. In-N-Out Burger is deciding to take a stand, banning it as an order number. A few competitors are going the other way, trying to capitalize on it. Wendy's has added a 67-cent Frosty deal, and Pizza Hut now has 67-cent wings. I just laugh a little every time.
It's really crazy, isn't it?
It's fun, but you know what? The kids love it.
Yeah, they do. Obviously, it's now 6:42. Sorry.
Jaw-dropping video out of Florida this morning showing the moment a plane slams into a car in the middle of the freeway. That driver walks away with only minor injuries. So how did she survive? Those incredible details coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This holiday season, give the gift of adventure at Black Sheep inside the Silver Lake Mall. From stocking stuffers to specialty items, we've got something for everyone on your list. Shop over 18 specialty showrooms featuring top brands like the North Face, Area, Carhartt, Columbia, and Wrangler. Plus entire showrooms devoted to winter gear, footwear, gifts, and kids apparel, shoes, and toys. With amazing deals and unique finds, Black Sheep is your one-stop shop for the holidays.
Escape to Mistaqua Casino Hotel, just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Enjoy the region's only non-smoking casino, featuring exciting ways to win, delicious food options, and a beautiful hotel to book your next getaway. Relax, rejuvenate, and discover more fun with our hotel amenities, including a sparkling pool, modern fitness center, and a convenient ski locker room designed for guests heading to the slopes. Plan your perfect staycation and book today at Mistaqua.com.
Your pocket change can make change this holiday season.
That's right. Your change makes change. When you donate to a Salvation Army Red Kettle in the Spokane area, you're spreading joy and hope to children and families in need. Your kindness brightens Christmas and supports the most vulnerable in our community.
With Thanksgiving coming a week later than usual this year, we have a smaller window to meet our goal, and we need your help more than ever.
Thank you, Spokane, for your generosity and compassion.
Together, your change makes change.
My name is Amy, and I live in Post Falls, Idaho. I went to a provider for the last 20 years, but I felt that I wasn't being heard. I had a friend who has been a patient at Heritage Health, and she was like, why don't you try Heritage Health? I did and had an amazing experience. It was probably one of the best provider-patient experiences I've ever had. Life has been great ever since.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
4 News Now is brought to you by BECU, your local not-for-profit credit union.
Welcome back. It's now 7:15. We are learning more about this dramatic plane crash on I-95 in Florida.
Now the first person on the scene is telling his story. ABC's Sophie Flay has the latest.
This morning, witnesses are speaking to Good Morning America after this terrifying moment on I-95 in Central Florida.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
A small plane apparently losing power in both engines, making an emergency landing, crashing on top of that car.
A plane just crashed onto a highway. On a highway.
So then all of a sudden the front wheel hit the car, just came crashing down, sparks flying, debris everywhere, broken car parts.
Bystanders rushing to the site. The driver, a 57-year-old woman, emerging from her crushed Toyota Camry.
I don't know. God is good. Just know God is good.
Pastor Bernard Wigley was one of the first on the scene.
If she had other passengers, they would have all been smashed because the passenger side and the back seat and the trunk, the airplane just smashed it. Only place she could have survived was the driver's seat.
The woman was treated for minor injuries. The pilot and passenger on the plane were not injured. The FAA says the plane had been in the air for more than 1 hour for an instructional flight when it suffered that engine issue.
Later on Good Morning America, a nurse who responded to the crash explains why the driver thought it was a truck, not a plane, that hit her car. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Wow, it is this mind-blowing, isn't it?
Absolutely. Scary video. Well, here, something a little happier. This is our Making Spirits Bright display over at Cowley Park, all lit up this morning as the kids in the hospital hopefully brings a smile to their face.
Yeah, we were looking closely for any damage yesterday from the winds, and we might be more concerned later today as well.
Yeah, got some more gusty wind coming in. I think the giant hospital building may help kind of block some of that wind a little bit.
Yeah, it fared pretty well throughout the whole thing earlier.
Yeah, so, but still, could see more, some kind of weak tree limbs end up snapping in the wind, and we'll have to watch out for power outages this afternoon as well. And it's going to be a bit of a difficult drive in these winds as well. Think about Highway 195 or I-90 as you head west to Spokane. I mean, look at Pullman right now. We're seeing gusts consistently in the 50s. Has not been nearly as gusty as you head further north, but the winds have picked up quite a bit around the West Plains here as we look at Spokane International. Still calm for the most part as you get down into the valley here, but I do expect that to change as the morning goes on. So our gusts consistently from Ritzville down into the Pullman area and around Pomeroy will be consistently in the 50-mile-an-hour range to as high as 60 occasionally. A little bit further north, we could see gusts as high as 55 miles an hour in the Spokane area, but mostly we're going to see winds sustained in the 30s and gusts popping up into the 40s with a gradual decrease in winds as you head further east into the Coeur d'Alene area. So this is largely an issue for southeast Washington and other parts such as around North Idaho or in northeast Washington. Not going to deal with the winds so much. We'll finally see those winds fade away as we head into tonight. So it's going to be during the daytime hours that we're going to see these 45 to 55 mile an hour gusts. As I mentioned before, chance for us a couple of tree limbs to fall and might see a power outage or two as we go through the day. And of course, those difficult driving conditions. Let's talk about rain. It's gradually going to work its way into our northern communities, especially in the North Idaho Panhandle and other areas north of I-90 for the afternoon. afternoon. Then overnight, the stream of moisture starts dragging its way to the south here. And so for the morning, will actually be areas south of I-90 that are back in the rain zone here for the start of Thursday. We're going to continue to stack up the rain through Thursday night in the mountains. That's why we're worried about flooding when you're talking about a chance in the next 3 days for more than an inch in places like Kellogg. Let's go to the Coeur d'Alene River right down the road from Kellogg at Cataldo, where we're talking about the river cresting here tomorrow or early Friday into minor flood stage. So folks around the Cataldo area, you're going to see some pretty high water in those low-lying areas around the river. And going into tomorrow as well, the St. Joe River at Calder going to be cresting into minor flood stage, and that'll likely be lasting into Saturday further downriver at St. Mary's, where that river is going to be really, really high. We finally get a break from rain coming up this weekend. I'll show you that in your 7-day forecast after the morning sprint.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Donnie, the advocates excel in car, truck, and motorcycle cases, resulting in millions of dollars for our clients.
That makes me sad.
Sad? Why sad?
Just thinking about the ones that don't bring their cases to us.
Oh, that is sad.
What's the real meaning of Christmas? I asked Dad the same thing last year.
That's right, you did. And the answer is, a long time ago there were shepherds in a field watching their sheep when a bright light appeared that was an angel saying, "A baby has been born in Bethlehem." And that baby was Jesus, God's only son sent here to be our Savior.
So Jesus is the reason. That's what I said.
It's here once again. An adventure in Coeur d'Alene with family and friends. Trees will light up, snow will fall, while you're dining, shopping, and having a ball. Santa and STCU hit elves in secret spots, so keep an eye out and you could win lots. If you find our elf on a shelf while in downtown Coeur d'Alene, a Fig Pickles shopping spree, Gonzaga tickets, or gift cards you could gain. Explore CDADowntown.com if you want to learn more.
I was hungry and you fed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was a stranger and you welcomed me.
Serving the most fragile in the community is exactly what our faith calls us to do. And at Catholic Charities, it's why we exist. For over 112 years, we've carried out our mission to serve the poor and vulnerable through our 15 different programs. We can only do this work with your help. So please support the Christmas collection today so we can
feed, heal, and welcome.
Please give today at donateccew.org.
Find the perfect gift for your wine lover during our 12 days of gifting.
A new special every day. Visit us in-store or online.
Come in to Lake Tuck Creek today. Sip, shop, and ship most anywhere in the USA. Cheers.
The advocates are a team of dedicated
Personal injury lawyers who
are prepared to go to trial.
So getting the maximum recovery amount
is the reason we never back down.
So when you're injured,
call the advocates.
Wow. It's like we finish
each other's sentences.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It is just about 6:53. Time to strap in, fuel up, and sprint full throttle into your Wednesday.
We got unseasonably warm weather and potential floods. Meteorologist Matt Gray is a look at your first alert forecast.
And Hannah Joy looking ahead to the last meeting at the Federal Reserve this year that could have impacts for you.
But first, welding sparks at a North Spokane auto shop started a fire that damaged multiple other businesses. The fire started yesterday at the shop on North Napa, igniting a car and spreading into a shared attic. The auto shop was destroyed. Firefighters say the fire spread quickly. 4 of the 8 businesses in that building had significant smoke and water damage and will be displaced indefinitely. The other 4 businesses had light smoke damage and won't need to relocate. Fire investigators believe it was an accident.
It's going to be very warm today. Not quite record warm, but mid-50s and even some low 60s in the Columbia Basin today. We have another wind advisory. Strong wind gusts will continue throughout the day around eastern Washington up into the Spokane area, with some even stronger gusts around the Blue Mountains. And the rain continues in North Idaho. A flood watch continues through Thursday. We'll start to see minor flooding tomorrow along the Coeur d'Alene and St. Joe rivers.
A federal way man died in a rollover crash near Ritzville yesterday. Washington State Patrol says a car driven by Medardo Ruiz Perez was headed west on I-90 just before 6 o'clock when it left the road to the left. It hit a delineator post. The driver overcorrected and went into the median where the car rolled. The 51-year-old passenger, Guillermo Martinez Morales, was killed while the driver was hospitalized. WCP says the crash was caused by fatigue. No charges are being filed.
Idaho State Police have a new weapon in the fight against fentanyl. Its canine units can now detect the deadly drug. Often considered odorless to humans, Corporal William Adams and his Black Lab Sterling are among the teams trained to find methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, and now fentanyl. The enhanced training helps protect officers who search vehicles without knowing what dangerous substances might be inside. The goal is to keep the deadly drug out of Idaho communities.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office wants to buy a new program to help them crack down on dangerous drone use, something the agency says it needs ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. In response, the Department of Homeland Security has unveiled a grant program to help host cities detect and stop unauthorized drones that pose threats to the community. The Sheriff's Office hopes to secure at least $3 million from the federal grant. If approved, the office will own the equipment and use it beyond the World Cup.
Members of the Moses Lake Education Association voted to ratify their new contract with the school district with a 99.9% approval. That vote came in after teachers returned to their classrooms Monday, ending a week-long strike. Despite general satisfaction with the contract, teachers expressed disappointment that they were unable to resolve one issue: restoring the elementary school day to its previous schedule. The Moses Lake School Board will now review and vote on the new contract during their December 18th meeting.
From the Breaking Now desk, the Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates again. Right now, Fed officials are divided on what should come first, keeping people employed or bringing inflation back down. Job growth has been pretty weak this year, and some officials say it could get even worse if rates keep dropping. Others argue the bigger problem is inflation, especially with President Trump's tariffs driving up costs. For you, a rate cut could mean smaller payments for things like credit cards and car loans. To learn more about the Fed's decision, stick around for Good Morning America.
How can you use thrifting and buying secondhand to find that perfect gift? Consumer Reports has some tips and says there are many reasons your loved ones will appreciate your thriftiness, but what should you look for and what should you skip? That's coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
A battle of wits in championship proportion comes to the Spokane Convention Center tomorrow. The country's top chess-playing students from kindergarten to 12th grade will compete for national titles during the United States Chess Federation K-12 Championship. It runs through Sunday with events beginning each morning and lasting into the night. Champions will be crowned Sunday. Visit Spokane estimates the competition and the 1,200 visitors will bring more than $2 million into the Spokane economy.
15 years ago next month, an event nearly changed Spokane forever. A man placed a bomb right in the path of the Martin Luther King Jr. Unity Parade. Police found it just in time, and that day led to weeks of chaos as police tried to find the bomber before he could try again. In the weeks that followed, we learned just how deadly that bomb could have been. In the latest episode of our true crime series, 509's Most Notorious Crimes, we look back at that day and the uncertainty that followed. Watch it tonight free and without commercial interruption. Just download the KXLY Plus app and watch the newest episode of the 509's Most Notorious Crimes tonight, 7 o'clock.
We'll be back with a final checker with meteorologist Matt Gray. It's coming up right after this commercial break.
The holidays are here, but unfortunately, so are con artists looking for opportunities to spoil your celebrations. Scammers know that this time of the year, people are more focused on the holidays than on what's happening with their pocketbook. Scammers capitalize on fake shipping alerts, bogus charities, and gift card scams to steal your money and personal information. With a little vigilance, you can avoid them. Join us on December 19th for our free Fraud Watch Friday session. You'll hear about the latest scams and how to protect yourself. Find out more at this website.
I have something for you.
I have something for you, too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $8,200 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
This week on Neutrogena Remembers.
Will you marry me?
I love you.
If you remember these two, it may be time to start using Neutrogena Retinol Regenerating Cream. It can reverse 7 years of visible aging. Great skin. Oh, to be young.
All right, keeping an eye out for the winds to begin to increase here in the Spokane area. Not too worried about rain today in our valley locations outside of some places around Shoshone County and then up in the northern panhandle, places like Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. A lot of the rain, it will be in the mountains, of course, leading to some flood concerns in north central Idaho here as we head into Thursday. We'll continue to keep at least a small chance of rain, though, through the end of Thursday and finally see colder weather. Colder weather, still like 15, 18 degrees above average this weekend.
Yeah, you put air quotes on that.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you throughout the morning on Good Morning America. It starts next.